Today we have for you Dr. Jolene Fernandez, and I'll ask our marketing director, Shri Rohanji, to introduce her.
Yeah. Thank you, Binaji. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Jolene Fernandez. Dr. Jolene is a consultant homeopath and a clinical nutritionist. She completed her clinical nutrition from the School of Health, Gloucestershire, England. She is the founder of Dr. Jolene's Clinic, which is based in South Goa, India. She specializes in prevention and management of lifestyle disorders like diabetes, hormonal imbalance, and various other diseases. Today, she speaks to us on a most sought after topic, nutrition for weight management. Without further ado, I call upon you, Doctor.
Thank you, Rohan, for the introduction, and thank you, Rtambhara, for having me on this platform to speak about weight management. It is one of my most favorite topics, and a topic that we really need to discuss, and it's the need of the hour. So let's begin. My journey to a clinical nutritionist began actually because of myself and because of my weight management. I was really struggling from my childhood. I always had an issue with managing my weight. I had been a fat kid, but when I realized that when I started practicing and I realized how important nutrition is to support medicines or to support medication, that's when I ventured into studying clinical nutrition. What we actually need to understand is not just losing weight. We just don't need to, shed those extra kilos. But what we actually have to do is not gain it back again. Isn't it? Losing weight sometimes is very easy. You can shed those kilos very fast. But what actually happens is once you get back to your normal routine, or, you start eating the food that you were not supposed to eat, you gain the weight back. And most of the time we gain a little more than what we have lost. So let's talk about how to lose weight and not gain it back. You can see a weighing scale on the screen, isn't it? Now, this is a machine which the weight loss industry will never let it go out of fashion. It's their tool to actually market products. All right. So you are much more than the number on your scale. That number on your scale may be 60, 65, 70, or 80, actually does not tell you anything about your fitness level or your health. It does not tell you whether you've got this much of fat and you've got this much of lean muscle mass. So I want everybody to shift their focus from just losing weight to getting fit, from losing weight to having better hair, good digestion, good bone density, living a life without, hormonal problems, living a life where you can jog, you feel good and you feel happy about yourself, isn't it? So the most important thing that we need to understand about weight management is you do not need to stand on a scale first thing in the morning. The number on that scale does not tell you anything about your health. It does not tell you anything about your fitness levels. All right. So this is the first thing I want everybody to keep in your mind. Now, weight loss has to be sustainable. All right. Now, what do I mean by sustainable and not yo-yo? Once you lose your weight, you have to be able to keep it off for the rest of your life and keep losing weight. It's not that you have to come back and then go lose weight again, gain back, gain it, lose it again, gain it again. That yo-yoing has to not be there. That is when you have to realize that this diet plan or this exercise routine or this lifestyle change is not working for you. So the entire weight loss industry depends on just one factor, and that is developing good habits or changing your lifestyle. All right. So there is no magic potion. There is no magic pill. There is no quick and, fast weight loss fixes. But the only thing that is going to help you is changing a few habits in your life and getting a few facts correct. So the first 4 habits, or the most important habits that we need to realize, or we need to understand that we're doing wrong, are first getting onto diets which deprive you of food, or deprive you of nutrition rather. All right, if a diet consists of an apple and a green tea for breakfast, or a fiber biscuit and just a cup of tea for breakfast, or or it tells you to completely stop fats or completely stop carbs, trust me, this is the diet you do not want to be on, because it is not only depriving you of nutrition and good food, but you're also landing into a lot of troubles like vitamin deficiencies, calcium deficiencies, B12 deficiencies. So the first thing you need to understand is you have to be smart and decide what your body requires. Next is the long gaps between meals. I know there are a lot of trending diets today which will tell you that you need to stay without eating for so many hours, you need to eat just twice a day, or you need to eat just one meal a day. Well, you will lose weight with these diets. You will definitely lose weight, but what will also happen is you're going to compromise on your lean body mass, that is on your muscle mass. Now, do you want to lose fat when you lose weight, or do you want to lose muscle? I think all of us only want to lose fat, isn't it? That is the most important thing for us when we are trying to be on a diet, right? But what happens when you keep long gaps between meals is you compromise your lean body mass. You compromise on your vitamins, on your minerals, you're compromising on your hair, on your skin, on your joints, and a number of other nutrients actually. Next is eating breakfast from a packet. Now, what is the most common fad these days is that is muesli, or it's cornflakes, or it's oats, right? This comes right from a packet. Everybody has forgotten that we can also have dosas in the morning. We could also have idlis in the morning. We could also have uttapa in the morning. We could have poha, upma, so many other things, which are so high, which are foods which are so rich in fiber and multiple other nutrients, right? But we prefer to start our day with something from a packet. So this is the first thing you need to stop. And definitely do not start your day with a cup of tea or coffee, and definitely no biscuits, even if it is high fiber. I've already covered the next point, that is following diets and superfoods which are on trends. Nowadays, every spice that is available to us comes in a capsule, or comes in the form of some kind of trendy way to give it to people, like turmeric itself. Now, turmeric is a spice which we could easily use in every vegetable, or we could use it to cook meats and every way. But people today prefer taking it in the form of a capsule, because the food industry only harps on one special ingredient, that is curcumin. Now, turmeric has got a lot of other things, a lot of other nutrients, other special ingredients in it, not just curcumin. So if you have turmeric, please have it in a traditional way, in a way where your grandmother used it in her kitchen to cook it, not in the form of a capsule. And this stands true for all the other kind of capsules, garlic capsules, ginger capsules, or whatever that is available. All right. And the last point is wanting quick fixes. Now, everybody would always be attracted towards something that is free, or something that is instant, or something that's quick, isn't it? All of us, it's human tendency. But when it comes to your health, getting these quick fixes can land you into a lot of trouble. People go on crash diets, juice diets, just vegetable diet, or just God knows, the completely off carb diet. Well, it really can lead to a lot of complications in the future. So these quick fixes, stay away from them. Now, what do we actually need to do to have a better life, or to stay fit? The first thing is food. As a nutritionist, I will always talk first about food, right? So eat local, seasonal, and traditional home cooked food. That is the only thing that will help you for the rest of your life. There is no other recipe, or there is no other special ingredient, or any kind of a pill to stay healthy. It's just this. You need to have your local, seasonal, traditional, home cooked food. Now, when I say this, I'll give you an example. In the summers, we have the mango season, right? Now, how many people do you think ate a mango without feeling guilty? I know a lot of people who are trying to lose weight who are so guilty to eat a mango just out of fear that they are going to put on a few kilos, or, you know, even a diabetic patient. A mango is grown in the summer season, or it grows in the summer season because of an enzyme called machine. Now, machine is a very, very important enzyme to build our immune system, because the season that comes after summer is the rains or is the monsoons, wherein there's a lot of wind, there's a lot of flu, there's a lot of cold happening. So machine is an enzyme which will help build your immune system. Now, besides machine, mango is rich in antioxidants. It's rich in a lot of other vitamins and minerals, and it also is very good for digestion. So this is what I mean by seasonal local food. So I want you to have anything or any food that grows in and around you and which is local and seasonal. Try not to get foods which are exotic, which are getting shipped from, you know, countries far away, like kiwis or grapefruits or these huge guavas that are imported from different countries. Try not to have that. The best fruits that are available to us and are perennial fruits are the banana and papaya. I think these are very common, very easily available, economically priced till now. So we need to start eating whatever grows in and around us. Secondly, sit at one place and eat. Try not to sit in front of the TV, not in front of the phone. For that matter, no gadget when eating. I've seen this trend today. Parents are really helpless because the kids are so hooked on to the TV that they refuse to eat without being in front of a TV or without a game or without your iPad, or, you know, they are so hooked on to it. But what exactly happens? Now, let me tell you, human beings are incapable of overeating. Yes, I will repeat myself. Human beings are incapable of overeating. Now, how? When you started eating and your stomach is about 40% full, it starts sending a signal to the brain saying that, you know what, now you have eaten enough and you need to stop eating. All right. But what happens when you are hooked on to something else? If your brain is focused onto the laptop or onto the TV or onto the phone, your stomach keeps sending that signal to the brain, but the brain is not receiving it. And what happens? You overeat. All right. Try it. Like, even when we go to a movie and we're eating popcorn, that whole tub of popcorn, we could finish it even before the movie starts sometimes, isn't it? Why? Is because we are so focused on the screen, isn't it? So this is the main reason we have to not eat without a phone or without your TV or for that matter, and any gadget when eating. All right. Exercise. Now, there is no alternative or there is no substitute to exercise. Now, when I say exercise, it is an exercise that suits you, an exercise that is you're comfortable doing, but yes, pushes you a little bit out of your comfort zone. But every individual needs to get 30 minutes of exercise every day, or about 150 minutes of exercise during the whole week, right? Here I would like to touch on a small point, is that women are very skeptical on lifting weights, or they're very skeptical on doing weight training exercises or strengthening exercises. They would prefer to run or jog or go for long walks. Now, let me tell you, the only reason women are a little skeptical on picking up weights is that they don't want to look bulky. They don't want to have those muscles that make them look big and huge like men. Well, the only reason that men get that bulkiness in their body, or they look big, is because of the hormone testosterone. Now, testosterone is a hormone in men in quantities that makes them get that whole manly physique. But in a woman, we also have testosterone, but not in quantities and amounts that would make us bulk up. So we've got other hormones like thyroid, which is also there in men, but it is very important for women. Estrogen, progesterone, and many other hormones which do need to be fired up And the only way women can fire up these hormones and get them working in the right way for you is by lifting weights, doing strength training exercises. So even me, as a young girl, I never wanted to do weights, or I never wanted to lift weights. The only reason being that I would get bulky. But today I realize that how important it is to get that tone, to get that, that luster into the skin. For girls at a very young age, if you start, it is very, very good. Or you could just do strength training exercises. You could get into doing yoga, different kinds of stretching. It is very, very important. And the last point is sleeping on time. It is very essential, especially if you are a diabetic and you're trying to lose weight. Forget about all those late nights, those parties. You need to be sleeping at least, if not 10:30, maximum by 11 o'clock. That has to be your cutoff time to sleep, because sleep is something that is always underrated. We hardly give any importance to sleep, but it is one of the most common reasons why people gain weight and why they're not able to lose weight as well. So these are a few habits that really influence our weight and our weight management. And if you want to keep those kilos off after losing it, try doing this. It may take a little time to lose weight, and it will take a little time to get into the habit of following all these or getting into a pattern. But definitely, if you stick to doing these for the rest of your life, you are going to successfully keep those kilos off. Now I will just talk about certain foods which are good for a few conditions. We'll start with good digestion. Now when I say good digestion, I also mean hyperacidity, bloatedness. A lot of people have a condition called as IBS, that is irritable bowel syndrome. So these are conditions which are very common today. The most important reason being that the diet goes all haywire, stress being the number one cause. But the second reason is the diet, because people prefer eating out of a packet, or even people when they come back from work, they want to prepare something really quickly. So the best option sometimes is noodles or pasta, or something that comes from a packet. So how do you fix these things? The first important food I would suggest is a banana. Start your day with water in the morning and a banana. If you're having any kind of a digestive problem, start your day with water and a banana. Yes, even a diabetic, a heart patient, anybody trying to lose weight, you can start your day with water and a banana. The next thing is natural probiotics. There are a number of probiotics available in the market. This was a trend a few years back that we have to, we have to sip on probiotics, so we need to take capsules of probiotics. Well, we have got natural probiotics, and curd and homemade pickles have to be a part of our diet. So you will be wondering, how can a person with hyperacidity have pickle? Well, you definitely can have pickle. It does not have to be 2 spoons of pickle. Just 2 pieces of pickle are more than enough, and this really helps to prevent acidity, to prevent bloatedness, and to get your probiotics into the system. Ghee in every meal. Now, ghee is something that India has gifted to the world, rather. Ghee is so good that the universities abroad in Cleveland especially, they give ghee to all their heart patients. They give peanuts to all their heart patients. And we in India here refuse to eat ghee. Just saying that it's going to make us fat, or, we're going to put on weight if we eat ghee. Now, if you eat ghee correctly, that's when it is going to give you the best benefits. So eat ghee with all your meals, with your breakfast, lunch and dinner. That half teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of ghee is going to give you a lot of benefits, especially if you are having a digestive problem. Next is stop eating out of a packet. Learn to read food labels and identify junk food. A lot of us are not even aware that we're eating junk food. A lot of us are not, we don't really know what junk food is. The most common junk food that is available today and every child is hooked on to is ketchup. I have got clients, or I've got even my own family members who cannot eat their breakfast or cannot eat something without ketchup. And it is really sad, because it is all sugar actually. So this is a very common example, ketchup, but there are so many other foods that are available. So first and foremost, whenever you walk into a store and you decide to pick up something from the shelf, always try and read the label, food label. The next thing is sugar cravings. Now, a lot of my clients, when they are on these crash diets and they, are trying to lose weight, they completely crave sugar and it makes them crazy. There is a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of irritability. Now, first you need to identify hidden sugars. All right? Sugars are always hidden in, packaged food, like I've already mentioned in the previous slide. So first you need to identify these foods and stay away from those. Next is, how do you get rid of your sugar cravings, is include healthy fats into your diet. Now, how do you include healthy fats? I've already spoken to you about ghee, but the best healthy fats that are available to us here in India are peanuts, cashew nuts. We don't have access to almonds all the time, but cashew nuts and peanuts are something that are very common, and we should be having this in our diet if you want to control your sugar cravings, especially thyroid, people with thyroid condition, people with, obesity or trying to, lose weight. Peanuts and cashew nuts and ghee, please include it into your foods, into your diet. Next is a lot of meal plans, and I've seen a lot of people who come to me saying that, I was asked only to eat foods which are boiled, bland, no spices, no salt, nothing. But trust me, the minute you start adding spices to your food like turmeric, jeera, that's cumin, or you add coriander, and you add all those Indian spices from the kitchen, your sugar cravings will definitely come down. So anybody trying to fight sugar cravings, first of all, identify hidden sugars in the food. Next is improve the fat in your food with healthy fats. And next is cook your food with spices. All right. This is very common. I get a lot of people complaining of hormonal imbalance, irregular menses, menopause, but the best advice I could give you is this. A lady in her 40s, almost approaching menopause, premenopause, or even menopausal, sabudana is one ingredient that has to be there at least once a week. You can make a khichdi out of it. You can make vadas out of it. You can make chila out of it. So sabudana is very, very important. It is, sabudana is actually tapioca. It's called tapioca pearl. So it is very important. Next is Rajgira chila, or a shira of Rajgira. Rajgira is a millet. So maybe Rajgira is not available to all of us, but we've got other millets like ragi, jawar, we've got buckwheat or kuttu as it is called. So there are different kinds of millets. So people suffering from all these hormonal problems, or women having problems with their menses, need to include millets into their diet. You can make anything. You can make a porridge out of it. You can make rotis out of it. It's very, very healthy. Next is coconut. Coconut, especially to us on the coastline, on the west coast, since we grow a lot of coconuts, it has to be a part of our diet. Curd rice, dal rice for lunch and dinner. Yes, I said rice. Rice, if you're trying to lose weight, even if you're having thyroid, or if you're having hormonal problems or acidity, curd rice, dal rice with that 1 teaspoon of ghee on it is a perfect lunch or a dinner. Yes, you try to stick to your meal timings. Have your dinner a little early, maybe even around 8:30 would be perfectly okay. But you can definitely have dal rice or curd rice. Banana, I've already spoken about banana. And the last thing is sabja seeds and halim seeds. Now, sabja seeds are the faluda seeds, also called as holy basil seeds. These are very cooling for the body and we've got multiple benefits. And the next are halim seeds. Now, halim seeds are the garden cress seeds. These are also very, very good. You can put half a teaspoon of each, half a teaspoon of sabja and half a teaspoon of halim seeds in about half a glass of water, and consume it every day. And it is a perfect, recipe for anybody suffering from irregular menses or PCOD or even thyroid related problems. I've come almost to the end of my presentation, and this is the last slide, and healthy eating for obesity and reduction of fat. Now, when we look at obesity or central obesity, we speak about visceral fat. Now, what is this visceral fat? Visceral fat is the fat that is covering the organs. Now, if you see in the slide, it's not very clear, I know, but visceral fat is the one that is covering the organs. And subcutaneous fat is the fat that is just below the skin, right? So the problem lies in losing the visceral fat. Now, most of the people, we lose our subcutaneous fat. The fat beneath the skin is very easily lost. But what is the most troublesome part is the visceral fat that is covering our organs. Now, this is the fat that gives us diabetes or gives us hormonal problems, even hyperacidity or any sort of health problems lies in losing the visceral fat. Or, we have to be focused on losing visceral fat. Now, all the above mentioned habits and the above mentioned foods will help you achieve optimum health, and weight loss is going to just happen as a byproduct. So the focus here has to shift from just weight loss or weight management to getting fitter, to getting healthier, to getting better skin, having good immunity, to look better, to not look tired, to at the end of the day when you come home, that fatigue shouldn't be there. So your focus has to shift from weight loss to all these things, to getting fitter, to getting healthier. And as I always say, there is no magic pill or there is no magic potion for weight loss. Anybody trying to sell you those magic potions saying that lose 30 kilos in 30 days with this kind of product and that kind of capsule is definitely trying to make money out of you. If you read the fine print, it is always written there with the take the pills or take the powders, but also diet and exercise is very important. All right, so this is about weight management, and this is in a nutshell how we can manage our weight and try to keep it off. It is only by developing good habits. It is only by a few lifestyle changes. There is no need of eating only boiled food. There is no need of staying off carbs. There is no need of eating only protein and only chicken and only meat. You can definitely eat your home cooked sabjis and home cooked fish and chicken and still lose weight and keep it off. I've come to the end of it, and this is something that I always say, that good health is not a coincidence, it is a choice. It is only by choice that you can get healthy, and it's not a coincidence to be healthy. And I've come to the end of my session, and I will be taking questions